Epic history. Napoleon crosses the Alps. The road to
Marengo.
There you go. If you want to go see bonus content, go over to our Patreon. Links in the description box down below. I've done the intro in this screen, so we're just going to stick with it. Let's jump straight into it.
The year is 18.
Oh, we are so fucking prepared for all of this.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And France has a new leader. 30-year-old first consul, Napoleon Bonaparte.
Big man thing.
5 months have passed since the Brumaire coup cast France's directory into the dustbin of history. In its aftermath, Napoleon has skillfully outmaneuvered his co-conspirators.
You see the little guy that's at the bottom of the table.
And in a new constitution, confirmed by a massively rigged referendum,
Massively
he's
rigged.
been confirmed as first consul. Alongside new consuls, Cambaceres and Lebrun.
Okay.
Napoleon wields enormous executive power
Read off good food.
and is eager to use it.
Oh, we love Napoleon, really.
We do.
First, he offers an amnesty to royalist rebels in the Vendée, helping to pacify the region and freeing up troops. Then he creates a new national bank to restore confidence and growth to France's dysfunctional
Smart.
economy.
Nice.
He strengthens the gendarmerie, the paramilitary police, and orders it to take ruthless action against bandits who infest the French countryside.
Nice.
Yeah.
And he transforms French government, personally appointing prefects to govern every French département, as well as sub-prefects and even the mayors of larger towns. Each achievement is trumpeted by the few newspapers still allowed to print, and which are now entirely under state control.
That's a bad restriction, I think.
But there is no reason to doubt Napoleon's immense popularity, and that his remarkable energy has begun to drag France out of chaos and torpor.
Showing what was to come.
However, his reputation has been forged in war, and with France facing another military crisis, he must quickly turn the situation around, or his rule could end as suddenly as it began.
Every time I see him on that horse, I just imagine it being the donkey.
From the British,
France
like,
is threatened
propaganda.
on two fronts
Yeah.
by the armies of Austria, which has 200,000 men in the field. In Germany, France's most powerful force, General Moreau's Army of the Right,
Oh, yes, big man thing.
is poised to launch a counterattack. Moreau is a skilled commander with influential friends, who had himself turned down an invitation to lead a coup against the Directory.
Interesting.
Napoleon,
I mean, if you were a French
warily
guy, you'd want to
respectful
fucking-
for now, offers advice.
Whoa! That was some fire there, Jack.
No, I mean, like, if you were just basically just...
Yeah.
You,
No,
I mean, come on, if you were a French
Very
guy,
good looking
you
man.
would want to go through that like a fucking
very
ton of
good
shit.
looking man.
Wage his own campaign.
What would OnlyFans in the 1800s?
It is in Italy that Napoleon identifies the greatest threat.
What are you talking about?
This is a very good point.
You see Game of Thrones brothels?
Fucking brilliant one, they aren't they?
And the greatest opportunity.
I think that's what went wrong with the economy.
3 years ago, Napoleon's stunning victories had left France dominating northern Italy.
It really did.
But in 1799, forces of the Second Coalition, led by the great Russian general Alexander Suvorov, had won a series of crushing victories over the French.
Covered that. Pretty
He
sure.
had then been ordered to Switzerland. But
Yeah.
before he could get
It was
there,
a one-off series.
General
I think.
Massena's victory at Zurich thwarted coalition plans to unite their armies, and staved off disaster for France. The unpredictable Emperor Paul, incensed by British provocations, had then withdrawn Russia from the Second Coalition. But nearly 100,000 Austrians remain in northern Italy, under the aggressive and able leadership of General Melas. French forces, on the other hand, are scattered, outnumbered, and desperately short of supplies.
He does.
It's nothing new for France's army of
They
Italy.
always used to be in short supplies.
But even the arrival of the great General Massena to take charge barely
yes,
lifts morale.
Massena.
It is a fragile position. But secretly, Napoleon is planning a grand strategic maneuver to turn the tables on the Austrians and crush Melas's army. At Dijon, he has begun to assemble a new army of the reserve under the nominal command of General Berthier.
Okay, what's Berthier going to do here?
Veterans and conscripts alike are scraped together from depots, provinces and garrisons until a force of 60,000 men has been gathered.
Nice, at least they didn't go to the pubs.
The British would
A
have.
more cautious strategist
Still
may
the
have
best one
chosen to reinforce Massena from the west, using established supply routes to shore up the front. But driving the enemy back on his own supply depots is likely to lead to stalemate. Instead, Napoleon plans to swing south through the Alps mountains and emerge behind General Melas, cutting off his supplies and his escape.
Okay.
It is among the most daring strategic plans in history, but it will depend on secrecy and surprise, a swift and safe passage through the mountains, and for Massena to hold the line in Italy as long as he can.
If anyone can do it, Massena can.
But while Napoleon's
And if anyone
army
can
is
do the
still
whole
assembling
thing,
in France,
Bonaparte can.
Massena comes under heavy attack.
Fuck that.
On the 6th of April,
Oh, this animation is
General
really
Melas
good. It's
launches
slightly
an
different, isn't
offensive.
it?
While General Ott makes a
Because of the
diversionary
movement,
attack on
yeah.
Genoa, his main force moves to cut the coastal road at
Shit.
Savorna, driving a wedge between General Suchet's forces and General
I think
Massena.
it's just a map. But the flags look slightly different as well.
The French launched desperate counterattacks to break the encirclement. And General Soult wins a brilliant local victory over Ott,
Nice.
Montefache.
Nice.
But the French are heavily outnumbered.
Yeah, this is getting
After
bleak.
2 weeks hard fighting, Massena is forced to withdraw into the city of Genoa,
Okay.
where he is besieged by land and sea.
The sea is the problem as well.
Yeah.
Us British fucking
General
up.
Suchet
good.
is harried all the way back to the Var River on the French frontier.
Fuck that.
News of the
indeed.
army
You've
of
just
Italy's
got to
defeat
run, bro.
disturbed.
You are literally just... You've been cut off. You've just got to move, man. Christ.
Oh, brother, I don't know what you're supposed to do in that situation. Like,
That's
That's
the
nuts.
fucking AA are about. My wagon's broken down. Sir, we cannot get out there.
You just have
You
to 10
did
toes it.
not buy more county insurance.
You'd have to 10 toes it as quick as
Your
possible.
career does not extend that far. I'm so sorry if that was racist French people.
No. You.
I love you guys.
Yeah.
Napoleon. He is relying on Massena to fix Melas's attention. If Genoa
he's doing.
falls before he arrives in Italy, he will be a sitting duck, trapped between the Austrians and the mountains. On the 6th of May, Napoleon travels to Geneva to join the Army of the Reserve and order the offensive to begin.
Alright, let's go. This is gonna be fucking bleak. An army can pass always, and at any season, wherever two men can set their feet. Napoleon.
The Alps.
Fuck doing that though.
500 miles
Actually,
long.
I want to.
I want to go
100
looking for
miles wide.
Yeah, you
treasure
said
in the
this.
Alps, man.
Many
I want
Highest
to take the
peaks,
route
more
that
than
people, like
15,000
armies like this have
feet.
taken, and even long before them, and just see what you find.
They can be traversed
You
by
could find
several
some
well-known
Here you go.
mountain
Greater
passes.
than treasure.
So these are some of the well-known passes that you.
But these are narrow, winding
Yeah, no,
trails,
don't want those.
vulnerable to avalanches, with no fodder for horses and mules.
Too well known as well.
Too open.
It's a daunting challenge for an army of 50,000 with 40 guns and hundreds of wagons. Napoleon has
Around the
decided
lake
the
as
bulk
well.
of his forces will cross at the Great St. Bernard Pass at an elevation of 8,100 feet.
Shit.
On the 15th of May, General Lannes and his advance guard begin the climb.
Come on, lad.
Even in late spring, the mountains are blanketed in deep snow. To reduce the risk of avalanche, they march at night and early morning. A strict silence is enforced. The only noise, the howling wind and crunching snow.
Mate,
You're not allowed to say a word because if you do, oh, wrong one.
if you do, you could be spotted, and most importantly,
It could
you
cause
could cause an avalanche.
an avalanche.
So it is dead silent, and all you hear is the snow crunching in the wind.
For days.
Fuck that! If you're just sitting up there, just chilling, having some mead, and you hear and then out of nowhere,
Your
you
obsession
just see
with
a
the
bunch
mead.
of geezers just go, and you're like, oh my god! And that's when he kicks it and becomes a real person.
It is fucking terrifying, Jack.
Mate, I would generally be shitting my pants if I saw that coming through there.
And anyone saying a word, you'd be like,
I'd just kill him.
yeah.
I see you. You haven't liked the video yet. Why not? Go on, go like it. While you're at it, you know you want to subscribe. And if you want to go to our social medias, all the links you need are in the description box down below. And you might as well head over to our Patreon as well, where you can get extra bonus content if you're enjoying this. That link's in the description box down below. But we'll get straight back into the video. Love you guys.
Whilst holding his mouth, so he doesn't say a word again.
The barrel of each cannon weighs around half a ton. General Marmont, commanding the artillery, comes up with the idea of laying them in hollowed-out tree trunks,
Ooh,
so they can be hauled like sleds.
Yeah.
nice. We went over this.
Lannes'
Remember?
advance guard
So we're
snakes
getting
up
more of
the
the
8-mile
detail.
trail. It's 5 hours of grueling
5
uphill
hours, okay.
marching, and at
to
several
the
points
summit.
the men are close to mutiny. But they make it. At 8,100 feet, they reach the summit of the pass and the St. Bernard Hospice, where food and rest has been prepared.
Nice.
I'm well happy with that.
The army
Imagine
completes the
feeling like a
crossing
zoo there.
over the next 10 days. It is a testament to General
That's good.
Berthier's
I
planning.
mean, if they're only marching at night and early morning, and it takes 10 days to get 60,000 men and all the equipment over.
It took them 5 hours to get to the summit, and they nearly mutinied.
I mean, it's not 6 hours, is it? So 5 hours is fine.
But I think the 10 days, I don't know if there's going to be any more stops like this.
Yeah. Enjoy it while it lasts, lads.
Enjoy it while it lasts, lads. Imagine doing that 5 hours, getting like paying food, going, yeah, that's calm. We just got to go down. And they're like, nah, we got to go along and then down. So it's 10 days.
So
Fuck you.
So 5 hours of just kill me.
Yeah, kill me.
That just 5 men and a single cannon are lost.
Wow.
That's really, really good.
Contrary to Napoleonic propaganda, the first consul made the crossing on a sure-footed mule, trailing the army, rather than leading it on a charger.
There you go.
Lannes' advance guard presses forward into the Aosta Valley. They sweep aside small Austrian outposts,
Nice.
then surprise and scatter a whole battalion at Châtillon.
Ooh, yes.
But a nasty surprise awaits. at Fort Bard.
Oh, so we're 1 day in. I thought they said it was going to take
The
10
fort,
days.
held by the indomitable
You must have
Captain
misheard it.
Bernkopf and 400 troops, dominates the pass with its heavy artillery. Infantry and cavalry can skirt around it by means of a goat path.
Okay.
But artillery and wagons will be seriously delayed until Fort Bard is taken.
Okay. We just skipped
A
through
first
that.
assault by French grenadiers fails, with 200 casualties.
Oh, yeah.
The fort remains defiant, and for Napoleon, the clock is ticking. In Italy, the French position is increasingly desperate. On the 15th of May, the garrison of Savona surrenders. In Genoa, Massena conducts a brave and active defense. Though in one sortie, General Soult is badly wounded and captured.
And captured, shit.
But now, starvation looms. There are already reports of cannibalism.
Really?
Napoleon cannot wait for Fort Bard to fall. The army must push on without its guns and baggage, and hope to capture supplies from the Austrians.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
On the 23rd of May, Lannes attacks the enemy at Ivrea, taking the town and citadel.
Nice.
3 days later, he defeats General Hadig near the village of
Mate, he's
Romano.
the fucking blocker. That's what you
Mate,
want.
man.
The Austrians
Fucking doing
fall
a good
back
job.
on Turin,
He's just pushing.
Yeah, man. Up front.
with 30,000 French troops now pouring into Lombardy. Napoleon has done it. He has completed one of the most famous marches in history.
There we go.
Italy
That
is
fort
wide
will hold them
open,
up so long.
and the Austrians are
I
scrambling
mean,
to
I'd be
respond.
pissed off if he was did that.
Yeah. We have struck here like lightning. The enemy can hardly believe it. Napoleon to Joseph Bonaparte.
Melas quickly grasps the significance of Napoleon's maneuver. He immediately recalls Elsnitz's corps from the
Yep.
French frontier and sends his forces to guard the River Po crossings. He assumes the French will march to relieve Genoa. But despite the desperate plight of Massena and his starving garrison, Napoleon turns east, towards Milan.
This is very similar to a video we got.
General
isn't it?
Vukasovic holds the city, but heavily outnumbered, he retreats towards Mantua. On the 2nd of June, Napoleon enters the capital of Lombardy. But unlike the celebrations of 1796, this time, French troops are received in cold silence. Locals have not forgotten Napoleon's brutal crackdowns of the past. Regardless, in Milan, his army can finally rest and requisition much-needed supplies.
Yeah.
3 days
Leave them
later,
alone.
reinforcements
Yeah.
arrive from the Army of the Rhine, General Moncey's division, which has made its own arduous Alpine crossing through the Gotthard Pass.
Okay.
The first consul is on the cusp of achieving his grand encirclement. Back in the mountains, Fort Bard finally surrenders. But its stubborn defense means Napoleon will be short of guns and ammunition in the days ahead.
So what's he gonna do?
Then, on the 8th of June, disastrous news arrives.
Yeah.
Napoleon has asked too much of Massena. For weeks, Genoa has been a scene of utter horror. Several thousand civilians have starved to death or died of disease, along with 4,000 French soldiers. General Massena his own health broken, and furious at Napoleon's failure to relieve him, negotiates an honourable surrender, which will allow his surviving troops to return to France.
I respect that.
I respect it.
I respect it.
The fall of Genoa frees Ott and 12,000 soldiers to march north to join Melas. Napoleon is determined that the Austrians will not now slip past him and escape his trap. And so he divides his army to cover all possible routes east.
Yeah,
For
similar
once,
to what he done.
it is
like,
Napoleon's
before.
forces that are
It's like making his
overextended,
political.
Yeah.
and it is Lannes'
Lannes.
advance guard that will pay the price. With 7,000 men,
Shit.
Lannes has secured a bridgehead across the River Po, near Belgioioso.
You're gonna get caught on the other side.
On the 8th of June, he presses forward,
Yep.
intending to drive the enemy from the Stradella defile. But unknown to Lannes, he is on a collision course with General Ott's division, marching north from Genoa. He is about to stumble into a battle, outnumbered 2-1.
Not good. Bones cracked in my division, like glass in a hailstorm. Yep. Lands on the battle of Montebello.
On the morning of the 9th of June, Lannes' advance guard fights a running battle with what it believes to be an isolated Austrian unit, driving it back towards the walled town of Casteggio. In fact, it is General Ott's advance guard.
Oh, it's his
What
advance
rolling
guard.
hills and tall rye fields hide from view
Shit.
is the rest of Ott's command, 16,000 strong, following up close behind.
That's a big force coming up.
Around noon, the French spot Austrian infantry holding a ridge to the south.
Oh dear.
Yep.
Assuming it's the enemy rearguard,
So
Lannes
yeah,
orders a
they counter.
brigade to swing round and attack. Meanwhile, his cavalry continues to Casteggio. They scatter the enemy in their path and break into the town,
Shit, okay.
only to be surprised and countercharged by a
Yep.
much larger Austrian cavalry force.
Shit. Oh, this is Blake. This is
On
not
the
good.
heights, the French make steady progress.
There's
Until
more.
Yep.
4,000 Austrian reinforcements hove into view.
Leg it.
Soon, Lannes' men are being pulverized by artillery fire.
Oh, they're gonna get encircled.
His force is hard-pressed everywhere. And still, enemy reinforcements continue to arrive.
Lannes just pulling the through.
Yep.
Oh, he's fucked it.
But Ott is cautious and holds back a large reserve. The broken ground leaves him unsure of enemy strength, and he has orders not to be drawn into a major battle.
Okay. So he might not. And
At 2 p.m., Lannes receives his own reinforcements.
Okay.
6,000 men of General Victor's division.
Like
Lannes wastes no time.
Back all of them up.
Victor's 43rd line renews the attack on the right.
Yep.
The
Push
Austrian
through.
line buckles, falling
Nice.
back to a small stream. The rest of Victor's men race towards Casteggio.
Okay,
Under a
okay.
hail of cannon fire, their advance stalls.
God.
But the 6th Light Infantry
Nice.
is able to cross the
Yes.
Copper River to the north.
Swing round, fuck them up.
Around the same time, French
Right, you need to send
infantry
more
take
people on
Casa
that
Il
flank.
Giardiana, splitting the Austrians in two.
Oh, nice.
That's nice.
Fearing he will be outflanked, General Schellenberg, commanding the Austrian centre, orders a slow withdrawal. Seeing this, Lannes sends
Yep.
the 96th Line forward to storm Casteggio. With his men tired and darkness falling, Ott orders a retreat to Voghera.
And yeah, they pushed through that.
Yeah, man. Lucky though. Lucky
Yeah.
The
Victor
Battle of
turned up.
Montebello, as it becomes known, was a hard-fought soldiers' battle in which French determination triumphed in the face of Austrian numbers and artillery.
Jesus.
As Napoleon inspects the battlefield, he is greeted by an old friend, General Lazy Daze, who has escaped from Egypt during a temporary armistice.
Interesting.
Just a year older than Napoleon, Daze is another of France's brilliant young generals, who will play a crucial role in the days ahead.
Okay, let's
He is
see.
immediately given command of 2 divisions. Montebello is a glorious victory for Lannes. Napoleon will one day reward him with the title Duke of Montebello. But the larger picture is unchanged.
Yeah, that's only
Napoleon still desperately
area.
seeks his decisive battle, the victory that may end the war with Austria, and will surely make his position as first consul unassailable. But Napoleon allows fear of the Austrians' escape to dominate his thinking.
okay.
Once more, he divides his forces. Just as Melas is ordering his forces to concentrate at Alessandria for battle.
This is risky, Bonaparte.
Napoleon has misjudged his opponent.
Yeah.
He
A
is
united
headed towards
force,
a
that's
nasty
scary,
surprise,
Yeah.
a bloody battle that will cost him dear
Yeah.
and threaten the future of the consulate.
Shit.
Napoleon needed a win in Italy. His last campaign in Egypt had
I
been
think
scuppered
this is
at
a
the Battle
teaser
of the Nile
for
by the
the
Royal Navy.
I believe it
next
is, yeah.
And a
video,
certain-
which we are also going to jump to
Indeed we do.
because we're looking forward to seeing that 3D battle. I definitely think Jack is.
Pow pow.
Ever so slightly out of focus, but you don't. But we thoroughly enjoyed this. If you did, go over to Epic History channel to check some of their content out. That link's in the description box down below. Go over to our Patreon to get more content and bonus videos, because our Patreon links down below as well. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we will catch you in the next video.
Oh no, my butt.